The road from Rangoon, a column of over 1,000 British vehicles of the Burma Army, stretching some 40 miles, seeking to escape entrapment after abandoning Rangoon and heading north, was brought to a sudden halt by a Japanese roadblock. Apparently built by two platoons of the 3rd 214th Regiment, 33rd Division, just after the British advance guard had passed by, the Burma Army was now bottled up in a trap, and its complete destruction was now a distinct possibility. The British players, making a series of piecemeal attacks up the road in an effort to clear it, the attacking infantry of the 1st Gloucesters and the 3rd 12th Sikhs, supported by Stuart light tanks of the 7th Hussars, met with fierce resistance from the Japanese defenders. Employing mortars, machine guns, snipers and regimental guns in and around the roadblocks, made from tar barrels and felled trees, the Japanese beat off a series of increasingly desperate attacks upon their positions. The crew of a 75mm Type 41 mountain gun proved particularly effective. Hunkered down close by the roadblock, it accounted for 2 of the Gloucester's carriers and then a Stuart tank soon after, further blocking the road, the burning hulls adding to the growing chaotic fighting in front of the Japanese positions. The action in the rubber plantation on the eastern side of the road and the dense jungle to the west was just as fierce, the Japanese making successive charges to keep the British in check. The light tanks of the 7th Hussars were a welcome support as the British and Sikh infantry attempted to slowly fight their way forward. The Japanese were tenacious, making constant counterattacks and often appearing behind the leading British platoons, adding further to the general confusion amid the tropical vegetation. A platoon of the 3rd 12th Sikhs made a courageous rush upon the barricade with bayonets fixed, running forward from out of the covering smoke from the burning carriers and tank. They nearly succeeded, but were immediately met by a countercharge, the Japanese screaming "Banzai" as they came charging out from the surrounding vegetation. At this juncture, the game was called, and once again the Japanese roadblock had held, and it appeared that the loss of the entire Burma army was at hand if the escape route from Rangoon could not be cleared. The game had gone very much to history. The following morning, the 63rd Indian Infantry Brigade, after a brief artillery bombardment, moved forward with tank support to discover the roadblock had been abandoned overnight. The Japanese defenders, mindful of their orders just to shield the 33rd Division's crossing of the road and then capture Rangoon, had left. The column, making all haste, thus made good its escape northward without being subjected to further attack,